Hi everyone, it's me, Carrie. I'm here to share more about my cancer healing journey. And today I'm going to be talking about taking control of your health. If you have watched any of my videos or if you've ever talked to me, you will know that I live by the 9 key factors in the Radical Remission book by Kelly Turner. This book has been with me since day one and has really given me a path for my healing journey and a lot of validation on what I believed was the right paths for me. So there's 9 key factors that she discovered while interviewing people over a 10-year period who had had radical remissions, where they had been sent home with nothing, there was nothing else that could help them. They were terminal and they had these wild radical remissions because they had done these things, and these 9 key factors kept coming up. And I'll quickly go over those, and I'm making videos regarding each one of them. The irony is 2 out of 9 are actually physical things. The rest are all mindsets. So super interesting. Changing your diet, taking control of your health, following your intuition, using herbs and supplements, releasing suppressed emotions, increasing positive emotions, embracing social support, deepening your spiritual connection, and having a strong reason for living. These are what have kept people alive. So I have been following these very seriously because it just was very natural for me. I was already doing them. So today I've talked about changing your diet. I eat a pretty clean vegetarian, vegan diet. I'm flexible. I don't make crazy, harsh rules on myself. I avoid all processed sugar. I eat tons of fruit sugar. I have no problem with that. I eat very nutritionally dense food, very plant-based. So for me, that's been a given. I've also talked about herbs and supplements, one of them being high-dose cannabis. So today I'm going to talk about taking control of your health. So what that means for me is doing your research. And another one is the following your intuition. These to me kind of go together. They go with, following your intuition goes with all of them, but very specifically this one. When I got my diagnosis, I was diagnosed at California Pacific Medical Center here in San Francisco. And when I got the diagnosis, I had never heard of metastatic breast cancer. It was very shocking to me. And the oncologist, she told me, I have it on a recording, she said, and I said, what does that mean? I have metastatic breast cancer. And she said, that means that this cancer will take your life. And when she said those words, I immediately thought, like, she doesn't know me very well. I don't think that this is true. And I kept saying, I have faith and I'm going to be okay. So I quickly found another oncologist at UCSF. I sought out the top of the top, and that was great. And as soon as I got into her office, I recognized that she wasn't going to be a good fit for me. And yet I stayed. I stayed with her for over 3 years. And I broke up with her just a few months ago and got a new oncologist. And I will tell you, it's just night and day. I wish I had have thought about that a little earlier on, because I do feel there was quite a bit of damage that was being done every time I would go into that office, and hearing her plant these seeds of fear in me of what could happen, or asking me questions like, are you getting MRIs? And I'm thinking to myself, you know what you order for me. No, I'm not getting MRIs. Why would I need an MRI? And she says to me, well, if the tumor comes back in your breast, the CT scan won't see it, so we should be getting the MRIs to make sure that the tumor doesn't come back. But if the tumor comes back, then we'll just give it some radiation and don't worry about it. And planting seeds like that into my head completely unnecessarily. I haven't had tumors for more than 1.5 years. She knows I'm not interested in radiation. So by her planting these kind of seeds, I got really she got in my head for 2 days. So for me, I just recognized she did not support my alternative medicine. My story is it was threatening to what she knew. And it just we did not match up. So I did find another oncologist within the same group, which was great. And it's just night and day. This woman asks me all the time about, tell me what you're doing, and wow, that's amazing, and I'm so impressed. These are not words that I was hearing from my other doctor. So that kind of support, knowing that I can tell her some crazy things were happening in my body this past month when I was asking people to pray to remove the scars that are left. I've got 2 little tiny scars in my liver, and I'd like them to be gone. And just because I feel competitive that way. And that would get me the no evidence of disease that I'm looking for label. So I told her that people were praying for my liver, and that I was getting like messages all day long that people were visualizing, and we were putting all this energy into my liver, and because there was no other explanation of why my liver numbers were they just went off the charts, like they'd never been like that even at diagnosis. And I said, this is gonna sound crazy, but I've been having people pray for me and my liver. And we retested, and the numbers came down. I told everybody, calm down, I'm praying on my liver. And she said, maybe that's what's happening, let's keep an eye on it. And she didn't think I was crazy. She didn't roll her eyes at me like my other doctor would have. So it's very important that you have a doctor, or whoever you're working with. I'm working in Western and alternative medicines. I'm doing them complementary. And it's very important to have people on board that believe in what you're doing, and that you feel that you can be open and honest, and that they're supporting you. And also, in my last, I will say it's very important to ask questions, and again, follow your intuition when you're feeling like maybe something's not right. I was going in for my scans just a few weeks ago, and I've been getting them every 3 to 4 months for the past 3.5 years, almost 4 years. And I drink this contrast, which I don't like doing, and I wish I didn't have to, but it's to get the best reading. And then I do a whole bunch of detox and clean out afterwards. And as I was going in, they checked me in, and they start bringing me back to the room to get the CT scan. And I said, I haven't drank my contrast, because you have to drink that an hour before. And they said, oh, you're not having contrast today. I said, I'm confused because I get it every month, every time. So tell me why. Oh, well, the residents come in and they get to decide, and they've decided you don't need them. So in general, I'd be really happy not to have to do contrast. But when we're doing an apples to apples scan, I need it to be exactly the same. So I can't have them do it sometimes this way and sometimes that way. And this was the first time out of all the scans I've had. So I really pushed back, and the nurse was like, yeah, this is ridiculous. What is going on? I got everybody involved. It was, they got the manager, got a bunch of phone calls being made. And in the end, they were like, yeah, you need to have the contrast. So I got the contrast. And when I talked to my oncologist about it, she was very upset. She said, that's crazy. Of course you would get it with the contrast when you get it every month. So had I not been paying attention and questioned why they were changing somebody without, I said, you need to ask me first. You don't get to just make these choices for me when this is my life and these are my scans. So when you have a serious illness and you are healing, or, even if it's not so serious, it could become serious. It is very, very, very important for you to not just go with things if they don't feel right. Ask questions, Google things, find out. It's very important not to leave this up to the doctors, because they just don't know everything. They know what they learn. There's a lot of different things. People fall through the cracks. these, you know, I'm at UCSF in San Francisco, and, you know, it's this new automated, they've changed everything, and things are automated, and, you know, huge staffs now. And it's very important for me to pay attention. So, I just really want you to make sure that you are taking a part in your healing. You're taking control of your healing journey, that it's not in somebody else's hands. I really recommend, for me, I'm in a conscious cancer group on Facebook that is, most people are healing completely naturally, or a little bit of mix of both, like I am. And, you know, the information in there is incredible, what people share, what's working for them. And so I really highly recommend reach out and do as much research as you can. If you're not able to, ask friends and family to help you, join groups that feel resonant. But this is your healing journey, not anybody else's. So it's very important to be involved and ask questions and get help. So I feel very, very, very happy that I've made the choices that I have to get into this new space with this third oncologist in 3.5 years. Like, it's crazy. And I'm so proud, you know, because it's making a difference. And every time I go to that hospital to see my new oncologist, I'm excited, because I know that she's excited, because she is so excited for my journey, and she believes that, you know, whatever I'm doing, she's like, it's working. I'm not going to question it. And that she's open to them, and she's not making fun of me. And, you know, my old oncologist, I'd say, oh, you know, the cannabis is helping shrink these tumors. You don't know that, she would say. And I would say, you don't know that your stuff is shrinking my tumors. It's not, your drugs aren't actually supposed to shrink them. So let's just, you know, let's agree to disagree. So anyways, that is my share for today. I will continue making these videos. Again, sorry for the hiatus, and I'm ready to be back on track here. So thanks for watching. Please share with anybody you know that you think this information will be helpful to. Subscribe. I am going to start making more videos on a more regular basis. And leave a comment if you have any questions or videos you'd like to, you would like me to make, and things that you'd like me to hear more about. So thank you again. Best wishes to you in your healing journeys, and stay tuned for more.